Hey guys, welcome back to the Ramble. I am your host Maria Legier, here to tell you that nothing is real. This is Believe Alt Women. It's all quite quiet on the pestering front as recent history is rewritten and reorganized, revisited and revised before our very eyes. From one stirred storm in the teapot to the next, the hand that rocks the cradle that holds the naughty narrative now naughtily rocks it twice and thrice to make the truth something other than the truth. To make what happened something other than what happened. Hashtag #MeToo could only ever last so long before it broke and tore its funeral veil, revealing its grinning face behind the crocodile tears. The words of the feminist platoons never meant what they meant, you see, and besides, they didn't say it. Someone else did. Because the blame always lies somewhere else when something does not go as it is supposed to go. When the filth and the fury and the grime and the muck and the infestation and the maggots in the festering wounds show themselves. It's always someone else's fault. Big Sister says that we have always been at war with this, not with that, despite being at war with that just yesterday. The Ministry of Truth is at it again. We're back to streaming damage control straight from the horse's mouth. And so, hashtag believe women and hashtag believe all women was never ever really about believing women, or about believing all women. That was just an alt-right attack on the sensibilities of sensible women who quaffed the feminist Kool-Aid. For of course, for sure, for damned fucking sure it was. As are, of course, all things. Please see link down below. You see what happens, man, when one of their own alleviating allies is slapped, tapped and wrapped within the cellophane wrap of the hashtag #MeToo purgatory. Strange that this we don't never ever meant to be ever believe all women ever see pops up as feminist philanderer Joe Biden gets slapped across his frail and devolving brainstem with a phony hashtag #MeToo bone of contention. A convenient political tool when convenient, and very inconvenient when not convenient. Almost makes one think that the stink of pound #MeToo was a true and terrible power-grabbing stink covered in enough perfume to make one choke and gag and splutter incoherently whilst trying to regain the ability to breathe. Hashtag believe all women then becomes an alt-right because who else could it be? Attack on feminism and on women and on survivors or whatever. Of course due process is important, of course it is, now that someone else is slapped and demeaned with this preferred political weapon of choice. A weapon of mass destruction made to tear down a man's credibility and remove him from power and from work and from whatever. On the word of a woman and nothing but that. Evidence be damned and cursed eternal. Hashtag believe women instead of evidence is quite alright when the man and the evidence not to be believed is one which the feminist hive mind and their salivating stormtroopers and hysterical hangers-on do not particularly like. You can usually tell who the obviously guilty men are by their conservative leanings, just as you can easily tell who the not obviously guilty men are by their more liberal, progressive, whatever leanings. Odd and peculiar, that. Hashtag believe all women, except that woman over there who dare defy the norm and go against one of those men who of course and obviously deserve due process and not the gallows or the laughing stock by popular decree. Hashtag kill all men, except him. He is an ally and so he is to be spared. He is, in fact, an honorary woman and an ally to the noble cause of gaslighting feminism whose gas is mightier than their light. Besides, he is so frail and mentally deficient that he would be easily manipulated and steered towards the double truth of the golden you-speak of this global carcinogenic gobbledygook. The double speak is just about as obvious as the revisionism happening right before our very eyes. And to summarize, hashtag believe all women never meant to believe all women even when they said that it did. In fact, they never said that it did. The alt-right made it all up to smear them, because the alt-right is still the bogeyman. And they are all woman-hating Nazis with fascist tendencies and violence and brute brutality hiding just beneath their pale and flabby incel-bearded man-boobs, hidden as they are behind the anti-woman affirming anonymity of freaky fuckless 4chan. Also, their dicks are small and they smell of poop, and this is truth, patoo. Because you must believe women every time, even if it never was about believing women every time. Am I getting this right? Honest to goddess, they are not making this up, nor are they revising history just as history has just happened. It didn't happen. Not like that it didn't. For that is the words and the truth as spoken by the Ministry of Truth as well as the Department of Higher Morality. and so it must be truth, and high morality. And that, I think, is that for this ramble. I hope you enjoyed it more than my previous rambles. Please check out the links down below if you wish to support the blog or the channel in any way, shape or form. Thank you very much for listening. This is Maria Legier, signing off.